Good morning. It's another day of hiking, and this one's going to be our most challenging hike to date. This is a long one, and it's got quite the vertical or elevation gain to it. So you can see this bridge right here. This is where we're parked at, and you're going to get some pictures and video of the bridge as we climb up the mountain. I'll show you what the mountain looks like. So here's the trailhead. You can see Leslie up there checking out the sign, and here's where we're going, all the way up there. This trail was named after Richard Wilson, who was an old bear hunter, and in 1885 he was killed by a large grizzly bear in what is now known as Wilson Canyon. Beautiful. It's about 47 degrees, 6:30 in the morning, and we're thinking this is going to take us 5+ hours to get up there. It's got a 2,600 foot elevation gain, and as I mentioned, it's around 10-11 miles round trip. Here we go. The first mile or so is pretty flat, so this is pretty easy cruising through here. I don't think I mentioned that at the base of where the trailhead is, it's around 4,600 feet, I believe. And the top of the mountain up there is just over 7,000 feet. So we may feel a little bit of the elevation change because of the higher altitude. I'm not sure, but we've been here in Sedona almost a week now, and Sedona is over 4,000 feet, so our bodies are probably adjusted a little bit to the elevation. So hopefully that won't give us too much of a problem. I'm not sure, but from what I understand, we're going to make our way kind of up this draw somehow up in here, and then up to the peak. So I'm not sure what type of plant this is, but it is hard as a rock. Show them, Leslie. That thing is stiff as a board.
It's got spikes.
Yeah, it's got little needles on the side of it, so it'll poke you. I can speak for that firsthand. And so we've been on the trail about an hour. One thing I didn't mention is when you're doing a hike like this, it's a must to bring lots of fluids. So I've got a water bladder inside of my backpack that holds 70 ounces. So I've got it filled up. And then I've got one of the bigger Gatorade bottles in my pack, and then I've got another water bottle over here on the side. So lots of water, especially on a sunny day. It's supposed to warm up to, I think, mid-70s today, so not too hot, but you do get thirsty on climbs like this. Leslie's getting her walking sticks out. I took my long sleeve shirt off, so starting to warm up a little bit. Another beautiful view, and the bridge is right down there where we started this morning. There you go. And here we are. And there she is. All right, we're 2 hours into our hike. We stopped and had a snack a little bit ago, but the bridge where we started is right there. And I'll kind of show you where we're at in relation to that. Here we are. What do you think so far?
I mean, you just don't see sights like this every day. This red rock and the formations of them are just stunning.
Yep.
You can't quit looking at them. It's like you can't get enough of it.
Yep, and there's Mount Wilson. So we're getting there. Well, we've made it to the bench. Kind of a flat area to kind of catch our breath and get ready for the final ascent. So what we're standing on is called First Bench of Wilson Mountain. And we're going to continue straight ahead up to the peak. Well, we've made our way around to what I think is the north side of the mountain, or at least we're working our way to it. You can tell it's got a little different scenery. It's a beautiful canyon right there. And then we're getting some looks at Humphreys Peak, which is the highest point in Arizona at 12.6. So we're going to keep on going. 2.5 hours into the hike. Alrighty, we've pretty much made it to the mountaintop. There's two ways you can go. You can go to the right and look at the North Canyon, or you can go left and look at Sedona. And we're going to do them both, but we're going to start off with the North Canyon. Well, after an additional mile and 1 or 2/10 from the Y on the path where we could go to Sedona Overlook or the North Canyon Overlook, we have finally made it to the North Canyon Overlook. Let's check this out. Wow. That's Humphreys Peak off in the distance. From watching some other YouTube videos, this area out here is known as the Colorado Plateau. And that plateau ends in the Sedona area where you start seeing all the red rocks. So that plateau kind of goes away into the Sonoran Desert area. That road you see in the bottom is 89A through that canyon, and that will take you all the way up to Flagstaff. More views looking at the North Canyon from Wilson Mountain. Beautiful. Looks a lot like Zion National Park. Got some pretty ponderosa pines to walk through on our way over to the Sedona Overlook. All right, we are coming up on the Sedona side. Get a view of all the red rock looking down over the town of Sedona from the top of Wilson Mountain. Let's see what we got.
I like this view a lot better.
So again, as I mentioned earlier, here's the end of the Colorado Plateau. Kind of dumps down into all the red rock, the valley. Just a beautiful, beautiful view. And I believe that red rock out there is called, I can't remember what it's called. I'll look it up and I'll list it on the video. Oh, Leslie says it's Cathedral Rock. I think that's what it is, Cathedral. And our bridge, or our bridge is right there. That's where we parked this morning. Right there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but so that's where we get to walk back to. All right. It's 11:30. We've been on the trail for 5 hours. Is that right? 4 hours. 5 hours. I need to learn how to do math. 5 hours. So 11:30. Let's see how fast we can make it back down. We're getting there. We've been 2 hours coming down so far from the peak up there, so not too much further and we'll be back. All right, we made it. It's 2 o'clock. We left at 6:30. And it took us 3 hours to get to the summit, and it took us 2 hours and 15 minutes to get back from the summit, and the rest of the time we were just cruising around on top of the mountain. We are from the parking lot. We're back. What a hike. Thank you, Wilson Mountain. Good morning. It's May 18th. We're in downtown Sedona. And 3 days ago on the 15th, they started doing the Jeep tours again. So we signed up for one. It's 9 a.m. It's about 70 degrees. It's a 2-hour tour. The Pink Jeep Tours is the company we're using, and I'm looking forward to it. We had to go inside of that green tent there to go through some health assessment questions, check your temperature, make sure you're not showing any signs of COVID-19. And then they told us that we have to wear our mask while we're on the tour, so it's kind of a bummer. I'm hoping our guide lets us take them off so we can breathe a little better.
All from?
Originally from Ohio.
Oh, welcome.
But
We're full-time RV'ers.
we're full-time RV'ers now. We don't own a house or anything.
I haven't found an ugly place in Sedona yet.
Right, for sure.
Somebody hit the sign right where it says drive with care. Where's their mask? Except for us because we have the microphone.
Flying out to who knows where.
So this is called Submarine Rock.
And right here where you're at, this is A5 up to the point, A5 coming up.
Like a mushroom.
Yeah, we call this mushroom rock.
this is about as steep as we've had.
Don't worry, if the brakes give out, that canyon's going to stop us right there. Out in there?
Yeah.
So it's like a roller coaster ride. Right before the roller coaster gets ready to go down, it pauses at the top.
I always figured it's a good place to negotiate the tip.
Yeah. Can you tell it's chilly out this morning? It's about 40 degrees this morning when we got up. And right now it's 6:18 a.m. We're going to be hiking what's called Devil's Bridge today. This may be the most popular hike in Sedona. It was closed until about 4 or 5 days ago. So we really lucked out that it's opened up. We're going to have to walk down this dirt road for a mile and a half to get to the actual trailhead. You can bring a vehicle back this road, but it needs to be a high clearance 4x4. We've got a 4x4, but it's not high clearance, so I wasn't going to take a chance. But we wanted to get here early so we could get back there and hopefully get some good pictures. Well, we're on our way back down from Devil's Bridge, and we thought we'd just kind of wrap up our trip to Sedona. We've been here almost 2 weeks, and we've hiked a number of trails, and they're just beautiful. This is our first time here, and we're definitely glad we were able to make it out here this year. What things stand out to you about it, do you think?
I really like the trail that we did today to Devil's Bridge. We're really glad it finally opened. That's one of the hikes we wanted to do, but it was closed when we first got here. So that's probably one of my favorites. there actually wasn't really a bad hike that we did. I will say, to me, this could be a national park. It is that beautiful, and there's so much to do in Sedona and some of the area towns near it. So it's definitely worth coming, and if you have family, bring them. So there's lots to do.
Yep, beautiful area. So we're going to take off and head a little north and check out some other beautiful scenery in the state of Arizona. So again, we appreciate you following us on this journey, and invite you to stick around and see where we go next. Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.